I'm Lauren from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the Lululemon Everywhere Belt Bag Large 2 liter, which I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe so we can keep making content to help you travel smarter. Let's dive in. If you're familiar with the Everywhere belt bag, this is going to look very, very, very familiar all throughout. So this is actually made with the same material. It's a 100% nylon body. On the inside is a 100% recycled polyester liner and then polyester mesh as well. So pretty simple on the outside. There's a little Lululemon logo on the corner here and then a little tab as well as like a Hypalon material and then some metal zipper pulls here. This is actually a dual zipper unlike the other Lululemon, which is just a single zipper. These are YKK zips, so they're nice and sturdy, but they are pretty jingly. So you can hear that noise pretty loud, but it makes that noise all the time. So I found that to be a little bit annoying when I was walking around. It may not be a huge deal breaker for you, but for me personally, didn't love it. The outside of it is pretty simple, nothing really going on the back here. It holds its shape pretty well. You can see it's got this kind of like, it's almost like a triangle, and it creates like a nice sturdy base, I guess. And so if you wanted to just set this next to you, it can just kind of hang out on its own. So that's pretty great. But there's not really a ton going on the outside in general. The harness system is similarly simple. So it's just a seatbelt-like material strap here. It's a little on the thicker side. So if that's something that would irritate you, just kind of keep that in mind. But it is like soft and kind of shiny and very flexible and just pretty comfortable overall. The most uncomfortable bit about this, honestly, is this large buckle. This is a Duraflex buckle. It's really sturdy and, you know, that's great. But you can see, it's almost like when I just hold this up like this, you can see how stiff this strap is in here, and that is just stiff like that all the time. So even when it's resting against your body, it still kind of feels like it's trying to lift up. And I found that just a little bit irritating, but you know, to each their own, may not be a huge deal for you. There's also 2 strap keepers here, so you can manage this extra strap length. It can be a little bit difficult to adjust, but you know, in general, usually I couldn't really adjust it as well on my body as I could when I would just take it off and then adjust it. But for the most part, it's just kind of a set it and forget it. And then we have these 2 little like hip huggers here to help if you wear it in waist pack mode to just make it a little bit more comfortable and adds a little bit support as well. So this is the belt bag in sling mode, which is primarily the way you're going to see this carried. It's really comfortable to wear if you find the right positioning, but if you don't find the right positioning, it can be a little bit awkward. So like I mentioned, this buckle is just a little bit chunky. So if you wanted to, like with this, it's kind of sagging down a little bit. I found that the other belt bag sagged down a little bit similarly. But if you wanted it to be a little bit higher on your chest, this might fall more on like kind of your collarbone or your shoulder, and that might not be as comfortable. So that's something to keep in mind. But in general, it feels okay. It's mostly like the jingling and the jangling of the zipper pulls that annoyed me the most, honestly. But then if you wanted to move it to hip pack mode, nice and easy, you just cinch it up and you are good to go. And these hip huggers here really add a lot of extra support, which is pretty great for comfort and just kind of walking around with it like this. In terms of secondary compartments, there's only this back zippered pocket. So you can see it is fairly simple, and here I've just got the tag, but this is where I would mostly keep my phone. I'm just gonna stick that in there really quickly. And you can see that it fits in there nice and easy. I have an iPhone 13, but you can see that it also pokes out a little bit on the edges, and that's it's not super uncomfortable. This side does rest against your body, so if you have anything super bulky in there, it might not be awesome, but in general, pretty comfortable. And this is a really great pocket for just like keeping your travel documents or anything that you want really quick access to that you don't really need all the time. Now heading into the main compartment. So lifting this up over here, we're gonna see that you got, like I mentioned, there are 2 zipper pulls, which is great because you can customize which side you want to have them on, and you can open and shut them as needed, you know, depending on which orientation the sling is on your body. That's pretty great. So opening this up, this probably looks pretty familiar if you're familiar with the other belt bag. There's just 2 mesh pockets on the front here and then 1 big mesh pocket on the back. I have a charging cable and a wall charger for my laptop in here because I was kind of using this as like a tech pouch. But this is a pretty roomy back mesh pocket. This is an iPhone 13, fits in there nice and easy with some room to spare. It also feels a little bit tighter than the other belt bag. The other belt bag I felt like just sort of sagged forward a little bit, and if I were to, you know, drop my keys in here, that they had a higher risk of falling into that mesh pocket there. But this felt a little bit more streamlined, which was great. And then on the side here, you have mesh pockets for smaller things. So I kept like headphones and chapstick in one, and then my wallet in the other, and it just kept everything nice and neat and tidy in here. So what's really great about this is that you can kind of customize how much gear you want to put inside. 2 liters is, you know, a good amount of space, but the more items you're going to put in here, the more you're going to have to stack them up. So kind of keep that in mind. I found this to be a little bit overkill for me personally, just because I don't carry that much on an everyday basis. The 1 liter for me was also overkill. So if you want something really tiny, definitely go for the mini. The 1 liter is a great in between, but if you're going to be carrying more items, this is a really great option. Plus, when you don't have it completely packed out, it still holds its shape really well, so you're not getting, you know, kind of a weird lumpy pack if you don't need all the space covered. So there you have it, the Lululemon Everywhere Belt Bag 2 liter. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next one.